Can you guys hear me now? I love how I start off incorrectly almost every other time. So let me make sure you guys are good. You guys can hear me okay? Cool. First off, hopefully everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. It was a beautiful weekend over in Los Angeles. We didn't have any rain. We're supposed to. But you know, it's always good to have a little bit of rain here and there. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to work on your own custom tongue tags. I know a lot of questions, a lot of people asking me like, yo, where do you get your tongue tags from? How do you make your tongue tags? Today we're going to go over how to make them. Sometimes I do get tongue tags from people who specialize in embroidery or woven labels, things like that, so they look a little bit more closer to the Jordan 1 logo and tongue tags where you can see the weaving in it. But today we're going to deal with some HTV vinyl. That's another way to make your own custom tags. And it's really fun, Let me show you guys how I started with this. Before I do, I just want to say what's up to everybody. The Dye Lab's in the building. What's good, Dye Lab? Lotus Green. Totally love this channel. Yo, thank you so much, man. I love the fact that you guys have some great feedback. So no sound on Twitch. I think we solved that. Speed Infusion said we got some sound. More importantly, what's good, Speed Infusion? If you guys don't know my man Speed Infusion, he's the admin in this channel. He helps us out with a lot of stuff, and at the same time, he clowns me while I'm doing my work. So I think it's a plus for everybody, right? All right, y'all. So let me jump into it. I see we got some folks on Twitch. We got some people on YouTube. Hopefully, we'll get some people on Facebook as well. Before I jump into the whole HTV process, let me show you guys what I've been working on here. This is a pair of Jordan 1s, and I've started these Jordan 1s from scratch. Like these were just all fabrics, and as I cut them up, I sewed them up. Let me show you guys the difference between the two, okay? So here's pretty much a stitched up piece there. Look at that. Got a little bit of the like a salmon color suede here. Got like a mint color suede on the top. Got a little Union logo. And again, I did this with the heat transfer vinyl as well. All right, so if you guys are interested in learning how to do logos and tongue tags with heat transfer vinyl, it's a great alternative to doing embroidery. All right, especially if you guys are in a rush and you can't wait for somebody to send you guys logos. All right, this is my obviously the back heel portion, and then we're going to be putting it on a last, and once we get it on a last, it'll get that form and everything. Here is the front end of it here. So the front end, you can see I did like a contrast stitch on that guy there. A contrast stitch is, man, it is quite a challenge because you cannot mess up on the stitch lines. Otherwise, you'll see the waviness, you'll see the imperfections. So I think I did okay here. This was me getting back into that sewing machine, punching all the holes in there. And this is all from my pattern. So if you guys need the patterns, we do have that available on shopfeelgood.com. You just got to hit up the stencils and patterns section. All right. Now, one thing I did want to note, I'm trying to give this a very like a vintage and old look. So if you see that this one here is like basically newly sewn up. Now let me show you once it's actually sewn up, the difference between it being sewn up and then turned distressed. So here is I think a good way to compare the two would be like that. You guys could check out the whites. See, this white is a bright white. Very, it's brand new white leather, so of course it's going to be a bright white. And this white here has been given like a staining look to it. The threads have more of a yellowing, a vintage yellowing to it. You guys can see that I've done this union stitch on it as well, union stitch on the tongue as well. See that? And I've even gone to the extent of adding what would be the shoelace marks here when you tie your shoes up. And just after years of tying the shoes, what you would probably get, or something close to what you would get. Here's the toe box here. Let's compare toe boxes so you can take a look at that. I gave the more heavily worn out distressed toe box almost like a light powder pinkish look to it. And here's the actual toe box here. So you guys could see that difference there. See that? You can see that I've even added a little bit of distress and destruction there. All right, and this was all done using rotary tools. I'm using grinders. I'm using sandpaper. I'm using bleach. Anything that I can do to give like a distressed look to it is really what I'm aiming for here. Let's pull out that fresh one here. And you can see the Wings logos here. Let me pull that guy up and then show you guys the Wings logos. You can see the Wings logo on this guy here has really been kind of roughed up a little bit. This one here looks fresh, brand new. Same with the Feel Good. Look at the logo here. It's got a little bit of deterioration. It's not as fresh yellow. All right, so these are all things that we're going to be discussing, and I'll be teaching you guys on the Patreon channel as well. Actually, this is kind of like a nice teaser for you guys to understand what we do with the Patreon channel. We get to more advanced levels of how to make shoes or create shoes, or not even just shoes, just creating other custom items, and just trying to get you guys to that next level. So if you're like an aspiring artist and you're looking to make more money or get more followers, the Patreon channel is really, that was my goal, is to set you guys up for some kind of success, as opposed to just the more simple YouTube channel stuff that we've been doing. All right, so I think I spoke a little bit too long with the intro, so let me jump into it. Let's talk about what we're gonna do today. Moises, what's good, man? How you living? Moises Martinez out in YouTube world. So let's start from where I first started with. I had to create a logo, right? And lucky for me, I had a really, really awesome present for my wife. She ended up sending me this iPad iPad Pro as a present. And so I use iPad Pro. Procreate is the specific program. And I just kind of created a logo from nothing. Just using an Apple Pencil, using the colors, trying to get the right colors and vibe. And for this one here, because I knew that I was working with these colors, like you could see the salmon, and, light pastelish colors, I wanted to do a tongue logo that was matching the theme. So when I got this done, what I ended up doing, let me see if I could show you guys here. I don't know if this will show you or not, but so many things that I did here. But anyways, long story short, what I did do is I took out the colors, and when I took the colors out, it leaves just that black outline imprint of the whole thing. And from there, that's where I got to cut all of these layers individually. So that's a little bit of a pain in the ass when you got a lot of different layers. Like, so for example, on this guy here, obviously the sun is one color, it's a neon yellow. Then I did the FLGD in this almost like a gift box or a Tiffany blue. I did a shadow behind it, so that's another layer. That's 3 layers. We did a layer of powder pink, neon pink, and a light blue. So that's another 3 layers. So I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers, plus a 7th layer, which I just put underneath the whole wave, which was like a darker, like a blackish blue, whatever color you choose. And I did that blackish blue just to give some outlines, all right? So now you guys know where I'm at with that. Let me show you what that finished product looked like. So we went from this, from concept to reality. So pretty cool, right? Like when you can actually make something from scratch and then create it. So that's the goal for today. So I've already created this one here. I've got another, where'd my other tongue go? Here it is. See that other tongue here? So I'm going to show you today how to press that tongue on here. It's a lot of layers. All right, so just letting you know, I'm working on 7 layers. That means potentially I could mess up 7 times. I mean, there's no other way to really go about it. And so I'm only telling you guys that because this logo here that I made today, it's pretty complicated. It's very small, it's compact, but it's very complicated because we're toppling different HTV vinyls on top of one another. All right, so step 1, we got to cut out a tag. I've already cut it out. Obviously, you guys can see it here. The smarter way to have done this would have probably been not to sew the tag on already. It would have been to do this with it off. So just to have the tag by itself would have been a lot easier job than to do it how I did it here. All right. So let me show you guys what I did. I cut out the vinyls already. So I'll show you exactly what the vinyls look like. They should be over here somewhere. Here they go. So here goes 1, and here goes 2. So here goes the Feel Good. You'll see those? So you got 2 there. They're going to be toppled on each other. So let's put those to the side. Then I grabbed a sun. Then I grabbed the base layer of the wave. This is what's going to give me all of the black outlining. Okay, I chose to go with the navy blue just because the navy blue looks like more a faded version of black, and I want this shoe to look like it's from like the 80s. That's the blue wave here on the bottom. Not exactly the color that I wanted, but you know, it came out pretty close. That's the blue wave in the middle. Oh, sorry, on the top. I think we got one more wave here. Wavy baby. And here's the last wave right here. You can see that neon pink. All right. So now you guys could see I've got, if I had to count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Cool. So we got all 7 there. Now that you guys know how I kind of created the outline and logo and everything, let me go ahead and just put this to the side. And let's get our iron out. Okay. I'm going to move things that we don't need to get burnt. And nobody needs to burn something that doesn't need to be burnt, right? So grab this. Let's get the iron out. The iron was just around here somewhere. Let's see. Where did you go, iron? Here we go. And if you guys need a link for the iron, just let me know. I'll hook it up. You could see here. Huh, it's interesting. It looks like it kind of burned here. It's still working okay, so we're good with that. So I'm going to use this iron here, and usually, you know, it has a holder. I don't know where the hell I put the holder at, so what I'll do just for the time being is I'll just hold it this way like this. And I do that because this portion of the iron and this on the inside here gets super duper hot, so you definitely don't want to accidentally singe yourself. You'll be like one of those horses when they singe them. So just be careful with that. And let's plug this bad boy in. You always want to try to keep a reference. So where did my first shoe go? Here it is. Here's my first reference here, and that's going to be the tongue tag we're going to need, okay? So let's pull that out. And the reason I like to have that as a reference is just because, so now I know, like, okay, the wave starts around this section here. The sun can be up to here. And then that way when we're done with both tongues, they're going to look similar. Otherwise, it would suck to have one wave be higher than the other, and you can see the difference between the two. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys, let's warm up the iron. As I warm the iron up, I want to be careful for these guys here. They're kind of sticky on the backing, and because of that, let's go ahead and just turn this on here. Because of that, I've had a lot of them just get lost or misplaced. All right. So now that the iron is on, I could tell the iron is on because right here that light turns green. And I like to turn it to high. I turn it to high because it kind of helps warm up the iron a little bit quicker. And then also, I'm not sure, maybe my iron isn't, I'm not going to say it's a defective iron, but I feel like when I put it on medium, it doesn't give that medium feel of temperature. I still need to get like a laser gun. The homie Wade had mentioned getting a laser gun because that way you can shoot a laser at the actual plate right there and it'll tell you a temperature. So if you want to know what the temperature is, it's kind of hard to tell now. It doesn't have any reader on it or anything. So the best way would be to get an actual temperature reader. All right. So let's put this guy here. I like to put this over to the side, kind of like this, because when I take the iron and I heat it, I'm going to be pressing it down like this, not this way or this way. I'm going to try to keep it in a left and right kind of a fashion. And I do that just because it's just easier for me to get into the little, surface. Again, I should have, had this been a flat piece, placed it down, ironed it on there, and then sewn it on. But it's all good. We can still work with it. It's still fairly flat. But the only thing is I got to apply a little bit of pressure just to make sure that HTV vinyl really stays. Okay. So as that's ironing, as that's getting warm, I'm going to just start setting up my first piece, which is going to be the wave. Okay. When I look at the wave, I'm going to pull my reference pick up real quick. And I'm going to notice that the wave on that one is approximately like right there. So I'm going to try to mimic that. And so when I mimic that, then we'll have an idea that where the sun is going to be on the top of that too. And it should look fairly similar to this when we're all done. All right, so now I'm just making sure that the wave, it's centered, meaning it's not too far on the right or the left. And then also that the bottom section here, it looks similar to the bottom section here. Okay, so far so good. Are we all good? Antoine, man, before I go any further, man, Antoine had a great question. Antoine, thank you so much for even bringing that up, man. Guys, I work off of donations, so if I bring any value to you guys at any session at any point, or hell, if you're just in a good mood, I'd really appreciate a donation. That just kind of helps me set up for different tutorials. Sometimes I've got to pay camera people to come in, set up lighting, get different materials, whatever it is, So, Antoine, thank you so much for that. If you've got, should be a link there. Let's see. Do we have a link that came up? Usually we got a link that says something about donating. I see there's an Amazon Prime one. I see the Discord link, which I'd love for you guys to join the custom Discord as well. Speed Infusion, if you're there, man, can you drop the link for the donations? Truly would appreciate that, man. Outcast, you doing good, bro? We're about to make some heat. All right, so I think we're straight there. And I think I look good. Let me show you guys where I'm at with that. And again, if you don't feel like you're perfect, for whatever reason, you can always pick that piece up again and place it back down. So for example, if the wave on the bottom is kind of like veering down at an angle and you feel like, oh, that's not straight, just pick it back up. Okay. Now, I don't know if I have this. I should have one of these here. But it's always nice to have a little bit of a cover. Let me see if I got a cover here. I do. What I mean by cover is just one of these pieces here. I forgot what they call these things, but it's nice because it protects all of the other things around the wave. I'm not going to use it for this first round because I don't want this to cover up our work and you guys can't see it. Okay? So let me jump in real quick. Let me move these guys aside, make sure. I always put my arm into one of these and they're like sticking on my arm afterwards. So let's put them all to the side there. Cool. And again, I wish I had a thing to gauge the temperature. I don't. I usually just kind of put it near my hand and I could feel. And yeah, I could definitely feel it's warm, okay? So let's jump into this first one. Wish me luck because, I mean, the thing about HTV vinyls is you can crease it really easily. So make sure when you're pressing it down, we're pressing it down flat, not at an angle like this, because you can crease it, you can burn it, crease it, all kinds of junk can happen to that. So I'm going to place it down, and in the beginning, I'm just going to very carefully and gently try to get it placed and warmed. Now notice that my HTV is on high right now, okay? The temperature setting, it's on high here. So in the beginning, I'm just putting it down because I like the fact that it's a little warmer. I believe the temperature that we need to be at is about 300 to 320. I know I got to double check that every time, so if I'm wrong on that, you should check your settings. Now, let me go over to medium. All right. And now I know for a fact that I'm in a point where this HTV should burn into this little tag piece. All right. Now I know places like Sizer, they tell you to press on for 10 seconds. So let's just go do a quick press here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I did that one side. We have to do that to the other side as well, the beginning of the wave. I'm talking about this side here. So let's press again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. So let's check it out. Let's see if we can now peel off this carrier. I got to be able to take the clear piece off. It should not struggle to come off. If you see that the wave is starting to come off with it, place the carrier back down, and then you want to press down for an additional, like, say 5 seconds or so until you see that's cleanly being taken off. All right, so let's see where we're at. So I'm going to just, let me put this down so I can give you guys a little bit more of a close-up here. And again, I like to put this down facing this way so I don't burn anything. All right, so you guys good with that angle there, hopefully? And let's see how it peels off, or if it peels off. Nice. So that's that base layer that's down. Okay. So the next step, let's start building on the waves. All right, so the waves are going to be, let's see, baby blue on the bottom. So let's get that baby blue down. And I try to be real careful here. Let me look at this. So again, I'm looking at this pattern and I see it's just a very small navy blue line. I'd say like right about there, y'all. Now keep in mind this navy blue underneath is still warm, so this catches on real quick. So don't press it too hard. We're just trying to place it. You guys will see that I'll pick it up a couple of times just to make sure I'm in the right spot. So that looks good to me. I feel like that's right there. Cool? So far so good, guys? You can see the little navy blue line that's underneath there. That's really what I'm looking for, is that it has some kind of a border. Okay? And I'm looking at the navy blue line here. It's about the same, maybe a little bit lower. So let's just again pick it up. I want it to look exactly like that line on that first tongue. The other thing too that you want to notice is, you see where my baby blue line ends? It ends right with the same navy blue background. You don't want that line to be like more to the right or more to the left, like short. It should be aligned exactly where it's at. All right, so now we got that one down. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to press down for 10 seconds in different sections here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I've got to do the front end here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's see if we can pick that guy up. Here's that carrier there. Now here's a perfect example of I didn't press it hard enough because I could see that it's coming off. So I'm going to place it back down and we're going to give this another chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's try it again. So this end is coming off okay. It's peeling off okay. So I'm going to just trail it and see how it goes. Sick. Cool. Now remember, we're going to be hitting this with a bunch of heat a couple of different times. So if it for some reason isn't sticking on okay, it'll stick on okay at the end because we're just toppling and toppling and toppling layers here. Next thing we got to do here, we're adding the neon pink in the middle. All right. Now again, keep in mind, this is hot, so if I put this down, it's going to probably catch. So I got to be real careful with it. So I'm looking about right there. Comparing it to my other one there. Yeah, that looks cool. That middle wave. And so now that I got that middle wave down, I'm going to again press it in. And this is what I mean by if that first one didn't get heated in right, it's okay because we're going to again press the same areas down. All right. We're still on medium here. And when I'm pressing down, I'm not like pushing it down hard. I'm just giving it enough pressure where I know, like, you know, it needs to do what it needs to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's get that back in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And this one is kind of funny because when I put it in the heat, it starts to turn like a purple. Y'all see that purple? It starts to turn purple. And at first I'm like, oh man, that sucks. I didn't want it to turn purple. But after the heat kind of dissipates, you'll see that the purple starts to turn back into that neon pink. Okay? So don't panic if y'all see that happening. So now let's go ahead and take that off. There we go. Have a small, it's like a very small area here. I'm not going to try too hard to fix it, but I'm going to just keep going with the process here. Next step is that pink, right? So here's the pink. I'm going to topple that pink on now. All right. Just comparing it to my other one there. I'm looking at about right there. There we go. Cool. Again, when I'm putting it down, guys, I could feel that there's still heat underneath here. So you just got to be careful. You know, you don't want to burn yourself when you're playing with fire. All right, so let's go ahead and put this guy down now. Same thing, guys. We're doing a 10-second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's pull that back up here. And let's see if we can pull that out now. Oh yeah, that's easily coming off. See how I'm not even struggling to pull that off anymore at this point. 6, so we got that wave done already. Cool. So the wave is done. We got to add now the logo here, the FLGD logo. So we're going to topple that here. And when I'm looking at that one, I know that this is the shadow. It's going to go underneath. So it should go a little bit lower than your second one will go that topples. So I'm looking at something, let's say about like right here. Sorry guys, I want to be precise here, so I don't want to mess this up. Yeah, that F falls right underneath those waves. So something about here would look good. Let me see, where's that F at? No, I think a little bit further. See, I'm looking at these 2 drops above to see where that F is going to land. That's how you can just measure things out so they look similar to one another. Like I want it to look like this tag. And so if we're doing that, then things like the orientation and position are important. Let's see, I think that's good. There we go. Speed Infusion, you there, man? Uh-oh, see that? That sun almost got caught up. Okay, now I got to be careful here, guys, because the top here is exposed. And so that's why I'm saying you should try to keep something like this around so it protects that section there, okay? So let's jump into another 10 seconds here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I think I messed the logo up. Yeah, I did. Damn it. See, now I'm going to have to fix. Y'all see what I did there? So I'm going to have to go back in and fix this up a little bit. And this is why I should have used that carrier there, because the carrier, I did it right here. If I had done it on top of it, then we wouldn't have no issues, you know? Okay, so let's fix this up real quick. Where is the razor blade at? So the first thing I have to do is grab this razor blade. Got a little bit of mess here. So what we're going to do is just kind of eliminate that mess. And that was me not just paying attention. I should have just paid attention. All right, so that looks okay. This section here, what did I do? Okay, so I'm gonna have to add another piece of blue. I'm gonna have to add a little bit of the neon pink as well, but it's still fixable. Okay, so let's before we fix that, I'll go ahead and topple this guy on. All right, and this is going to be a little bit over and above. And that looks good. Cool. This time I ain't messing that up. I'm going to just put the whole thing on top. Obviously, got to know where it's at, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. All right, cool. That's good. Let's add that sun. I think I just hid that sun underneath here. There it is. All right, so the sun is going to go slightly over right where that G and D is. So we're going to be about like right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and place that guy down. Again, you want to make sure it's in the right spot before you place it. It looks good to me. So let me go ahead and press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's 10 there. I could see the green was still kind of did not want to stay. So let me just, uh-oh. I don't want to mess this up more than I have, so let me just pull this up. Let's see. Okay, cool. So there's something on the iron there that's colored, so it makes it look like I messed up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think we should be straight now. Sick. Cool. So we got a little bit of correcting to do, but this is where I'm at now. And we can see here, so you guys are going to get a tutorial on how to fix this. I didn't expect to do that, but that's all good. We'll get into that right now. And I can see that I've got a little bit of waves and stuff that I got to put into effect. So let me go grab some blue, because we're going to need the blue. And I'm going to grab some of the neon pink as well. And let's see if we can correct my mistakes. I mean, if not, these are my shoes, so I'm not tripping, you know, but I prefer to have them corrected, okay? Give me a quick sec, guys. Let me grab the materials we need, which is going to be some heat transfer vinyl, all right? Alright guys, so I got the heat transfer vinyl here. Let's cut out a couple of small pieces so we can fix our mistake. Don't need a lot of it, which is great. And again, I'm going to be working on just the wave. So something this big will be good enough for it. I guess this is kind of good because now I can show you guys how I actually made the logos from scratch. Okay, so just a piece of heat transfer vinyl. You guys could see that this side's shiny. Y'all see that? The shiny side's not supposed to be the side that you use to cut. You want to use the reverse side, okay? But since we're using the reverse side to cut, we also have to mirror our image, meaning the feel good and everything needs to be flipped, okay? And then cut that way. So when we take it off and we flip it around and apply it, it'll be on the right side, all right? Shout out Baltimore. What's good, Briss? How you living, homie? Briss, have you been on the channel before, bro? I'm not sure if I've seen your name before. Maybe you have. Maybe you were just watching. But thanks for saying what's up either way. This is backwards, okay? We're going to be using it backwards. And I'll just place it down right in this little section here. And let me just go ahead and cut this guy out real quick. We're going to be cutting this one out again, and we're going to cut some blue out as well. All right. All right, guys, I know you don't see this, but I'm cutting this out using a stencil cutter. So just give it a quick sec. It'll come out real quick. Oh, that's awesome, man. I really appreciate that, Briss. I'm glad to hear you're learning. That's the biggest thing. Okay, send as is. Okay, cool. So remember, we got to send it mirrored. All right, so it's coming out mirrored here. All right, it's cutting now. I know you guys could probably hear that, right? So give it a sec. It should cut out pretty quick. And as that's happening, I'm gonna just cut out another one of these here. This is gonna be the blue. Alright, so let's put this to the side. Cool. Briss, are you a customizer as well? Just doing it for fun? Alright, it's already cut. Alright, so let me go ahead and take this guy out now. Warrior Customs in the building. Oh, this cut bad. That sucks. This thing moved around. Yeah, this thing moved around. I'm going to have to cut another one. The day in the life of an artist, man. Let's just put this whole thing down. How about that? It'll hold a little bit better. I think my cutting mat is a little... It's time for it to go. It's sticky in some spots, and then other spots are whack. That's how you know it's time. Alright, let's recut that real quick. Alright, recutting. Alright, third time's a charm. Hopefully. Ooh. All right. Repeating this job again, y'all. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, Briss. It takes a while to make customs, man, for sure. Warrior Customs had a great question. He said, what cutter am I using? I'm using the Cameo Silhouette. I believe it's a 2.0. I know that they have a more updated version, but it's not necessary from what I've seen. I've been doing okay with this 2.0. I can't really imagine them having, like way better versions of cutters, right after a 2.0. I think they're at 3 or 4 right now. If anything, I know that some people have issues with the other ones just because they're newer products and, they'll have these glitches or whatever. So, okay, sick. So that came out good. So I guess we're taking a reverse step here, and I'm showing you guys how to start this, but that's a good thing, right? Alright, so here is the little neon sheet here. And let's Gotta weed it out still, so let's weed that real quick. Okay, so now I'm looking at the actual image here, and I could see that it's in the middle. So we're gonna try to keep that middle wave piece and get rid of everything around it. So this is the stuff that takes a little while. This is why I do a lot of the things I do off camera, because, you know, just cutting all of these little guys takes a while. I took that one off, and we're going with the middle one. So that means we're going to eliminate everything around the middle. And we're going to get rid of the two wave droplets on the top, because neither one of those two are a neon pink either. All right, those two are off. It's really important you guys get rid of all of the little pieces, because if you miss a little piece, you're going to end up burning it into your actual product at the end here. And you don't want to do that, right? So let me show you how I'm going to fix this, guys. So I've got some small issues in a couple of spots that I see. The obvious one, let me show you guys, is I messed up right here. I'll see that I burnt that little section there. I should have used the carrier, this guy here. I should have used something to cover. I didn't do that, so that was my fault. You know what I mean? But the good thing is I do know how to recover from it. So recovery is probably just as important as messing up. So let's go ahead and just place it down. And so when I place this bad boy down, it'll be somewhere about there. You'll see that? But it's covering my FLGD. So we got to cut right at that section there as well. How are we going to do that? Let's think. Okay. Well, I know that this section, it looks good. I know that this section needs to be cut. So let me go in. I'm going to try to get right where I need to get to. Hopefully I get that right. Let's see. Might be a little off. And if I am, I got to fix it again. Barely off. I'm just barely covering that FLGD logo. So let's go back in. I'm looking like it should be about. This is the tough part about fixing, is that once you mess up on something, you got to get it to be like almost dead even. And that can be difficult to do, you know? But we can recover. Just takes a little bit of time to recover. Ooh, we're like right there. Okay, cool. I like that little spot. I think it looks good. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and now, not be an idiot, I'm going to go ahead and place the liner down on it. Make sure it's still on. Make sure it's still on medium. Okay, it's still on. Now it's still on. Cool. Let's let it warm up a little bit, all right? While it warms up, Briss asked me a question. He said, what made you start doing customs or start doing shoes? I used to fix up cars before this, and I used to work at a body shop, so I think this was kind of like a natural progression. I had no clue that you could even do custom shoes in the beginning, and personally, I don't think I had the money to be buying shoes and buying all this stuff, so I had to choose between cars and, you know, shoes and all these other, you know, things that you want in life. And so once I stopped working on cars and I concentrated on shoes, all of a sudden I started collecting shoes. I had no clue you could paint shoes. And so when I got into painting shoes, I was like, dude, this is exactly like doing custom body kits and stuff like that on cars. So that's how I got into shoes, man. It was actually just kind of a fluke. All right, so I'm just waiting for the heat here, okay? Let me just go ahead and, I have it on high. And again, I have it on high even though I know it should be on medium. So as I feel the heat's coming down, then I'm going to go ahead and move it back over to a medium here, okay? If you guys have questions, man, let me know. I'm here for you guys. All right, give me just another minute, guys. As it's heating up, I'm just trying to really make sure I get in the right spot. I think that's it right there. All right, let's go ahead and place this down and let's test it. It feels good. Wave looks good. Let's go ahead and press it down. All right, cool. Got one pretty much fixed. Now I got to go with that blue. So let's get that blue done. Oh, make sure we don't burn the house down, right? Cool. All right, so I got to grab blue. And I'm going to try to see if this little blue piece will take. Even though I know this, the end of the road for this guy here. I could feel it even moving back and forth here. So let's do something that I don't usually do, but I know it works. And let's just apply a little bit of masking tape there. Got that there. All right, hopefully this guy don't move now. So let's get this last wave in. And the last wave, the outer wave, teardrop is in, the inside teardrop is out. So I'm trying to get it to be exactly what we need it to look like here. All right, let's send this over. Okay. Last one's coming out. Okay, let's see here. The Dye Lab said, anybody use acrylic inks? I'm thinking about trying my hand at those. Dye Lab, do you have any brands that you could recommend that you're looking at doing? I haven't used any acrylic inks. I've used a lot of, for example, acrylic based water paints here. Well, not water paints, but what would you call those? Paint markers? I've used paint markers if that's what you meant. Sick, this came out good. Oh, okay. I want to do a project that's all dye. I feel it's only appropriate since I'm the Dye Lab. That's a good point, man. That was very appropriate for your name. I've never used any. The only time I've used any kind of a dye like that was I've used leather dye, and I used it with paintbrush, and I did digicamo with it, and it was super hard because I was doing it on suede. Oh no, I used suede dye. That's what it was. I used suede dye, and I did digicamo with suede. And the thing about using dyes like that is, man, they run like crazy. So you can't use too much dye on your brush, otherwise it just starts to seep into the suede, and you can't create like squares and logos and stuff like that. So yeah, Dye Lab, sorry man, I wish I could tell you otherwise. But it'll be interesting to see what you do with that. Briss said, ever made any shoes for any celebrities? If yes, which were you most excited to do them for? Dude, for sure Penny Hardaway was one of my most exciting moments for sure. Just because I was a big Penny Hardaway fan. So I've done I've done three pairs for Penny Hardaway. I've done 2 pairs for Lonzo Ball. I've done a pair for, 1 pair for Lonzo Ball, 2 pairs for LaMelo Ball. I've done a pair for Sway Lee. I've done a pair for his brother, Slim Jimmy. Molly Mall, Mike Will Made It. Who else? There's Drake. There's some more people. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. I just did Rob McElhenney, who's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Who else? I'm working on DaBaby right now. That's another pair that I'm working on. So yeah, I've definitely 100%. I've done a lot of customs for celebrities, man. But my favorite would be definitely Penny Hardaway, especially because we got to fly out to go see him, which is incredible. I didn't think that would ever happen. All right, so now again I'm toppling here, trying to get this to look right. And I think it's going to be about like right here. Somewhere about like right there. And I've got to make sure that I just stop it at that Feel Good logo as well. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. How can I do this? I think I might have to stop it at that F. I wonder if pen would work. Gotta love being in these situations. I don't think this pen's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay. So how can we do this? Because I don't want to miss the bottom up. Maybe just a very, very small slit up to right there would be the game plan there. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna try to do this. I can't guarantee that it's gonna work out, but it's gonna be better than what it is right now. And I'm just basically going back in and just cutting a very thin slice, real thin slice here, y'all. And hopefully this will blend in okay. There we go. Let's jump back in and let's take a look and see how that looks. Oh yeah, we're really close. Oh yeah, we're really close. Cool. I lucked out. Okay. So we're good there. So let me jump in now and try to press that in. Dang, can't believe I got that to work. Okay, cool. I'm just happy. I'm happy and at the same time can't believe it. And then I think we got to just cut this little section here. Just so I know. This little section needs to be cut. This is what happens when you work with HTV and you mess up on one small spot, dude. You got so many different things you gotta work with here. I done turned a 10-minute tutorial into 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Didn't mean to, but you know, it's the process. Okay. Something just happened. Oh, Speed Infusion just shared 9 bits. Speed Infusion. Thank you, dog. Do you have a sewing machine? Moises, I got 3 sewing machines, bro. I got 3 of them. I actually just picked up a zigzag machine the other day. I gotta find a sharper blade. That first one's not cutting for me here. There we go. Got it. Cool. All right, with all that done and said, hopefully we get this one done right. I gotta get it done right because this is my only chance to get it done right. There we go. All right, let's get the feels high. Let's put it on medium. And now, let's go ahead and press this down. Doing the whole blue part here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. Oh, I messed it all up. It's too hot. Shoot. That's not good. The whole logo got burned, guys. Ugh. Oh, fail. Grand Theft Auto fail, y'all. Check it out. This is what happens when you put it on high for too long. So, all right. Back to square one, y'all. I'm going to have to cut all of this out, and I'm going to have to cut this tongue out as well. So let's, well, since we're here, let's cut the tongue out. Well, I definitely didn't expect this to go the way it did, but the only good thing is I could still recover from it. It's just going to take me time. Whew, okay. And that's how you guys, just for people who want to know, when you put a tongue on like this, you want to sew that front end in first. Once you get that in, then you can flip it over like this. Place this side down. And then obviously we're going to be sewing here, but the way I like to sew it is I like to sew it from the front end here. All right? So that's just, now we've got to reverse that step. And this is why I tell you guys it's better for you guys to do this off of the shoe, because if you mess up on it, then you don't have to take the whole tongue off again, which obviously you could see I'm doing here. This is why customs are difficult. When you want to make them difficult, something like this can happen. I think one of the, I think Briss was the one who just said that he didn't know it was this difficult. See, I got these locks stitched in, so at the ends, they're not easy to take out. They've got 2 or 3 different locks in it, so. Okay, let's clean all this up. We got to start again from scratch, so when you start from scratch, you don't want to have a bunch of junk in there. There we go. Cool. Oh man, what a fail, dude. What a fail. Okay, so let me start cutting some stuff out. I mean, you know, this is live, man. This is what happens to me all the time. So it's not like every single live event's going to be perfect, you know what I mean? So now I went from I needed to cut, you know, the logos one at a time to now I got to cut a whole new tongue tag out. So good thing is I have this tongue tag here, so we can still use this tongue tag and we can cut the exact same portion out. So let me see if I could find this exact same material. I'm pretty sure I got it here in one of my fabric boxes. And so we're going to run through and I'm going to look to see if I have that. If you guys would like to stay on, I mean, at this point, I'm making a new tag from complete scratch. So it will still be beneficial for you guys. As I'm doing this, I still need to now cut out all new logos. So I'll go ahead and run the logos at the same time. I think some of the logos, actually, now that I think about it, I have a couple of extras, which is a good thing. Oh, look, cool. So I got blue already, and I've got yellow. Sick. So that means I've got to just do some of the navy blue ones and the pink ones. All right. So let me just go ahead and before I knock this out, let me look for the tongue tags, and let's get the other ones started real quick, you know. Moises, the struggles. That's probably the best way you could put it, man. The struggle is real today, man. It's definitely a Monday for me. So, Jay Kelly, it's good because many of us will fail, so now we know how to fix it. Thank you for the free game, man. That's really what it is, man. It's just free game, and I'm glad that you guys. To be honest with you guys, a lot of times people will be embarrassed to be in the position I'm at right now because they failed, you know, but you know, you got to fail to succeed. So this is a good opportunity for you guys to learn that. Let me grab the pink here. I got the pink. Let's cut that pink out again real quick. And as that pink cuts out, I'm going to go grab some fabric so we can start from the beginning again, guys. Let's see where we can cut this. I'll cut this. I want to try to cut this where it's not all different pieces. So let's make this clean this time. Let's make this clean. Yano! Thank you so much for following, Yano. Alright, so that should be about enough. Y'all see how cheap I am with my material here. I'll literally just cut enough of whatever I need. And then that way it'll save for other projects. That's good. And let's just drop a little bit of masking tape on here so we don't have the same issue like last time. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut at least the pink there. Pink should get cut. Again, I'm dropping that in my stencil cutter here. All right, so just going back, let's get that pink cut. And where are we looking at for this pink here? The pink is the middle one, okay. Just trying to get that middle one, and it has no waves on it. Okay, cool. So that's cut next. And I'll be right back, guys. I just got to grab some material so we can cut new tongue out. Send as is. Done. All right, guys. Give me a quick sec. I'll be right back. All right, so I got a whole box here. Whole box of different fabrics and stuff. I should. I think this was it. I know for a fact I got that fabric here. So let's see what I got. What I do, guys, is I like to save all my fabrics afterwards because of situations like this. Sometimes you don't need a lot of fabric and you just got to make a tongue tag. And so, you know, keeping fabrics. Oh, this was one of my shoes that I practiced on. It's looking more and more like it's one of these guys here on the top. So let me pull these out. I remember it being like an off-white, kind of a creamish color. It's got to be one of these. All right, let's check that out now. Let's see if one of these is it. Well, definitely not that one. So let's put that one aside. I think it's this one here. Yeah, buddy. That's it right here. Cool. So now we got to cut one of these out. And you could see how much I have left. I don't have a lot left. So this is like a, you better get on the first round. All right, so let's go ahead and lay this out in an area where we have enough and we're not struggling. I think somewhere around here. That looks pretty good, right? We cover all bases there. All right, let's grab one of these bad boys here and let's start to cut. Jeez, this is, how long are we in now? An hour and 14 minutes? Shh. Boy, I tell you, this should have been done. I should have been drinking some lemonade or something after this. Called it a day already. Important not to lose my place there. Just want to make sure that I'm cutting right. That looks good. Cool. All the way up to here. Several ways to cut, guys. I just prefer to cut by hand. Feels natural and I don't know, feel a little accomplished when I do stuff by hand. Notice how I'm holding it nice and steady, nice and straight, no wrinkles. And that should be a good comparison between the two there. You all see that? Just one and the other there. Okay, I hope this is the, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's the same fabric. I think maybe this one just got a little dirty. Feels the same. Thickness looks the same as well. So, yeah, so I think we're good to go. So let's go ahead now and place this back down. Now, you guys notice, look at this little lip here. I do a little section here that's like a lip. And so this is where my actual starting point should be. So when I do that, I got to remember that same thing with this one here. I don't want to place it too low because then it's going to mess up the location of where the logo should be. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the next section. I got to cut out. What do we got to cut out? Navy blue, and I've got to cut out some of that pink as well. Okay. So let's jump into that next. All right, so the pink is the top section here. So I'm going to try to just cut that pink section out. I'll just save us a little bit of time. And I think it has a little drop as well. So we got the drop and we've got the actual wave. All right, so I got that ready to go. God, I'm so bummed that I messed this up. Should not be that difficult, y'all. All right, let me grab some pink. I'll be right back, guys. I'm glad I had a couple of extra cuts, so at least we don't have to do this with everything. All right, so let's see. That came out good. Moises, good question, man. Different kinds of sewing machines you can use. The sewing machines that I primarily use to make shoes, like for example these shoes that I just made here, it's called the high post bed. And the high post bed, we're going to be doing an introduction on the Patreon channel on how to use the high post bed next. Definitely want to make sure that the Patreon guys understand how to work the sewing machine so then they can get a little bit better at this as well. And I know a lot of you guys saw the Jordan 11 reconstruction. That machine that I used, the sewing machine for that one, is called a patcher, and it's a completely different sewing machine, Moises. You're allowed to, with the patcher, you can make a pair of shoes while it's still fully constructed. With the high post bed, you need to have it completely flat in order to make it. So two different versions of machines, but you can make shoes with both, which is really cool. Right. Usually you don't have to put this tape. It's just like I've got a weak cutting mat here. Right. All right, so the light pink's going in next. Jumping in light pink. And I saw a couple of other questions, so I'll answer those for you guys right now, y'all. Okay, let's move this guy out of the way. It has nothing to do with anything here. Can you use that for soles too? Jay Kelly, great question. For soles, you need a specific sewing machine. It's called a sidewall stitching sewing machine. And yeah, you need to buy that machine. Unfortunately, and that machine is super expensive. I've been trying to get one myself, but it's like 6 racks, $5,000 or $6,000. It's really expensive. And I mean, for the task that it does, which is helping to sew on soles, it's really important to do that, you know. But man, $6,000, I could probably just use an awl and do that as well, and save my money and figure out what to do with $6,000. You know what I mean? Flight school, what's good, homie? How you living, dog? Glad to see you joined us, man. We're making some custom tags today, bro. Or trying to make custom tags. All right, guys. So I've got my pink. I've got my... Okay, let's see what we got. Pink, pink, blue, and the sun. So I got to grab navy blue. Navy blue looks like it's going to be... Oh, and we got to get some mint for the Feel Good logos as well. So let me grab some navy blue and grab some mint. We're going to cut those, and then we're going to officially start from scratch. More official than a whistle. All right, so I'm dropping the Feel Good logo in next. I need that logo, and then I also need the shadow of the wave. So 2 things coming in next. And I'm going to grab some navy blue, guys. I'll be right back. Navy blue and mint. All right, guys, I'm going to do navy blue first, just because I've got a piece in my hand and I've already got the machine all set up for it. And as I put that down, press the vinyl down too. And I'm going to try to pray that I didn't need no masking tape for this one. Okay, so the Feel Good logo and the wave are cutting both at the same time here. Dope. Cool. Jay Kelly, are you doing recon work as well? I see you just said I agree, I'm in the same boat. Flight school doing great, man. Man, I saw the pictures of the baby and the video, man. Incredible, huh? Just the fact that you're holding something that belongs to you that you made. And it just gets better, man, so keep going, bro. Keep going. Keep taking care of your kid and being responsible, man. All right, sick. So wave's done. And I think we just got one more piece and we're ready to go, guys. Gotcha. Jay Kelly, I'm reading Personal Project and looking at soul swaps. Soul swaps can be tricky too, man. You know, I've seen people try to swap one different kind of a soul for another. And if the sole and the shoe don't really match up, that could lead to some dangerous stuff at the end. You know, you'll have gaps with the shoe upper and the sole, and it just doesn't look good. So just my advice for that, man, is just make sure you got some soles that are matching up well. You definitely want to have the sole match up well. Guys, this is my last cut here. God, I gotta get a new cutting mat. This is gonna be the mint logo here, and I'm doing the Feel Good logo, guys. All right, that's running through. That is running through. Send as is. Okay, cool. So that's the last one. Let me start, I gotta start weeding all this stuff out. She's so perfect, man. I never knew I could love someone so much. Oh yeah, man, that's, children will do that to you, man. Even I think the biggest badasses in the world can feel something for children, man. It's an experience that's pretty incredible and different than what you have done in your life, right? I want to say it's an accomplishment. What's up with the new customs? Flight school, you've been just with the baby, so I'm sure it's a little difficult too, right? All right, so got the pink good to go. Now I got to get the next pink is in the middle. All right, so that pink is in the middle. Oh, good. I only just cut that one piece out, so I don't have to weed a bunch of other stuff on that. There we go. I'm gonna get this done today, guys, whether you're here or not. All right, y'all. There goes, this is hot pink. So that is weeded out. Now we got to get that blue. And the blue, again, is on the bottom. So let's go ahead and peel out everything except for the blue. You're my boy, Blue. All right. And I believe one of the little, yeah, the ocean splash. This little splash on the outside is, we're going to keep that one. You guys notice that I'm really being careful with when I weed them. You don't want to take off anything except for the parts that need to be weeded. Alright, so we got the whole ocean wave there. Now you guys can see how long it took me to do this whole project last time. You can see there's like multiple steps to just cutting them out and getting things right. Alright, so this one's coming out. The box around this Feel Good logo. Okay, got that. And we're probably gonna have to cut this in two pieces as well, right? Because even though I did it at the same time, they've got to be put on at different moments. And I probably should have separated these a little bit more. See, that was really close. Okay, and I think I got one last one. That's the mint. Let's go. Did the mint stay? Sick. The mint stayed. Cool. So I wouldn't have been able to make this logo, I feel like, without the help of this Procreate, man. Procreate really, it's really simple to use. Much easier than Photoshop once you get the hang of it. And even though I've been kind of thinking about doing a new logo for quite some time, it's just hard to do it when you got a lot of different customs to do and all these different deadlines. So I just took the weekend and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. It's a little simple, I think, but I think it represents the brand pretty well. Feel Good. Should be very sunny and beachy and happy and positive, you know what I mean? Alright, take two, y'all. You guys ready? Let's do this. Let's handle it this time. Let's put this to the side. Sucks I had to take this whole thing off, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay, let's turn this bad boy back on. I believe I had it off the whole time. Yeah, it was off. And let's not make the same mistake I did last time, which is I left it on high, and it should be on medium. So I'm going to just, before I jump into it, really test it out. And that's why I don't like this cover thing a lot of the times too, because when I cover it, I can't see what's going on. When I have the clear carrier cases, it's a lot easier to see what's going on underneath it. So what I'm going to do now is I will lay these guys side by side, like this. And this is how I'm going to compare the two. So again, we started with the black wave, or the navy blue wave here. So I'm going to try to put that navy blue wave in the same spot as this wave here. I pray that I do this right this time, y'all. Sucks that I have to redo it all, but I do want to make sure that we get it done and you guys learn something today. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, it feels pretty close. I think it needs to be just slightly lower. Slightly lower. And I want to make sure it's right in the middle. Like I could see that this side is a little too much to the left there. So I'm going to pick it back up. And we're going to put it in a place where you're positive that it looks good, it looks straight. Yeah, that's way off from this one now. All right, let's start again. It's never a bad thing to just say, you know what, let me start again from the beginning. So I'm looking at about right there. How do I look, guys? It's pretty straight. Oh, Flight School, thank you, man. Flight School said I like the new logo. Again, it was just something real simplistic. I just wanted to make a new look for the summer. Just happy to see that we're back, man. Really happy to see that things are starting to come back to normalcy. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to be picky about it because if I'm going to do this, guys, I want to get it right this time. All right, so the sides look good. All right, I'm going to just stick with that. That looks good to me. I feel like that's about right. Cool. So let's start this one up again. Let's get it. Yep, definitely warm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's put that to the side. Just a side note, guys, I have this on medium heat now. And medium heat seems to do the trick. All right, so let's go ahead and topple the next one here. That's the blue. There we go. All right, same deal, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great success. All right, cool. Next one, we're going with the pink. The hot pink. Hot pink's in the middle. Placing it down. About right there. Looks good. Let's press it. Now remember, this one turns purple a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See how it turned purple? It's crazy. I got to do the back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go ahead and peel off. All right. Let's jump into the next one. This one is the light pink. About right there. Cool. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that one's done. Toppling now the Feel Good actual logo. Let me go ahead and put this guy down because I don't want to mess this up. This logo, again, is the shadow. Falls underneath the 2 droplets of water. So I'm looking at about right there. Sick. I think that looks right. Double check it, make sure. I'm going to just pick it up one time. Let's pick it up one time. It's not going to be perfect, but try to get it as close as possible. I want to just move it a little bit more to the right side just because it's the shadow. It should be trailing. About right there. Perfect. Sick. Let's jump into that next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Peel this one off. And now we're toppling the actual Feel Good logo on top of that guy. About right there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good with that. Oh man, I can't believe it. We're down to the sun. Let's see if I can knock this out and do it clean this time. And then the sun is about right there. I think we're good. So let's try that out. Looks like it's very similar to that sun there. So I'll press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's give it like a little, just a little bit of extra love there. And peel off. Man. We got it. We got a logo. We got that logo done. Thank God. That was quite the pain, huh? I'm all the up. What's that mean, Wade? So that's that was supposed to be a quick tutorial on how to make your own custom tongue logo. Obviously, things went awry, but I think that we did a pretty decent job when it came down to it. So let me know what you guys think. This is now obviously similar to this logo here. All the way up. There you go. Now you got it, Wade. So we've got a second logo all set. I just turned off the iron, just in case you're wondering, like when do you turn it off? You turn it off when you're done. So I'm done with this piece. It's ready to go. Obviously now I've got to take that additional step of adding on the tongue logo back onto my shoe. Wait, I think you missed it, bro. I totally botched the first one here, and so I had to redo it. It's part of the process, man. So if you're not accustomed to customizing, this is what we go through. This is the stuff we got to go through in order to get things right for you guys. Exactly what I mentioned, man. I didn't get that laser thermometer yet. I started looking them up on Amazon, and man, they were running like 30, 35, 40 bucks. And I'm like, damn, I want to get one, but the way my bank account is set up right now, It's a little expensive. But you know what? I think that, yeah, exactly what I just did, man. I was layering the vinyls on top of each other. So you could see how that looks. And that was 3 different waves. We got a light pink, a neon pink, a baby blue. Then underneath that, we had a navy blue. So that's 4 layers on top of each other. Then we did the Feel Good logo on top of a shadow. So 6 layers of HTV vinyl toppled onto one another. I mean, I don't know if it came out sick, man, but I appreciate it, Wade. It's the vibe for this spring and summer, man. I'm trying to make some hats and stuff, so I needed to make a new logo. And yeah, it was fun. You know, it's fun creating stuff like this because you know, it's original. It's something you created yourself, and I like creating stuff myself, man. Gives me a sense of accomplishment. You feel me? Thank you, man. Yeah, it adds so much depth, is what Gotcha 6 said. So yeah, man. Let me know. Do you guys have any questions? The time is 6:56. I certainly didn't mean to go over that long. I thought this was going to be like a 30-minute tutorial, y'all. Took about an hour and 43 minutes. But we got it done, which is a good thing. I did like working on it with this kind of a suede-ish material instead of leather as well. Just because whenever you have like more of a suede, the hairs catch into with the vinyl when it's heated in better. And it just gives that, you kind of feel assured that really sticks in well. So, you know, in case you want to work on suede, you got to just be careful with suede though, because if you press it too hard, actually if you press and move the iron, it'll warp the vinyl as well. So you really want to try to keep the vinyl pressed down straight and not really moving it too much. I know in the beginning I do move it just slightly, but I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I just put enough pressure on it where I could feel that the vinyl is starting to warm up a little bit, and so it'll be easier to put down and install because it's almost like you glued it in place, and then you can press it with a little bit of pressure. But yeah, this iron is dope. You know, I really like the iron, but the fact that it doesn't have a thermometer reading on it is a caveat for it. So I can send you guys a link if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, in the vinyl that I worked with today. The HTV vinyl is what it's called, or this iron. You know, the iron also obviously is going to be needed for this kind of a process. But yeah, this is it was fun. It was cool working on a little project like that. Man, I what's funny is you missed the Teflon part, Wade. So I put Teflon onto this thing to cover it up like this, and I missed this little front tail end portion, and so what ended up happening is I burned it. I burned that front end, dude. See that front end? Got all burnt. And on top of that, I had this on high when I should have had it on mid, and that totally burned through the carrier. It burned through the carrier. It basically stuck onto the vinyl, and all kinds of drama happened. Wade, you missed an interesting tutorial today, bro. It was more like a blooper reel than a tutorial, if anything, man. But you know what? It's a nice way for everybody to learn that everybody can make a mistake, and this is part of the process of making mistakes. You know what I mean? It's more about how you recover from a mistake than anything. So you guys saw that I had made a mistake on this guy in the beginning, and then I tried to fix that mistake and made another mistake on top of that, which basically rendered this guy useless. And so I had to create a new logo. You know, so. And I didn't have my Vietnamese coffee yet, man. I'm actually fasting, bro. It's 30 more minutes left. So when the sun goes down, that's the first spot I'm going to go to. Is I 100% need some coffee today, man. All right, y'all. Time is 7 p.m. Pacific time. Hopefully y'all having a good Monday, man. Let me know if you guys have questions. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes and open up for discussion. Doesn't need to be about HTV, because clearly I don't know shit about HTV vinyl. Anything custom related, or if you just want to ask any questions, man. I know a lot of you guys were asking other questions about how I got into customizing shoes and other situations. Glad that we have this bot, man. By the way, if you guys have not signed up for Patreon, I will be, my next couple of sessions, we're going to start teaching how to cut patterns out. You guys could see that. Cut these patterns out. Where else? Where's the other one at? The back end of this guy is somewhere around here. All this ruckus happened, so I don't know where the back end is, but y'all saw the back end earlier. It looks like this. I'll teach you guys how to cut leather from patterns. We're going to show you guys how to use patterns. I'll show you guys how to do a zigzag stitching by hand. I just got a zigzag stitching machine myself. This was the reason why I got the zigzag machine, is because this did take a long time to do by hand, especially when you're getting into like this, when you're getting into the real nitty gritty of it, trying to get really tight stitches, and then the union starts to loosen up. But you know what? I'll tell you something. For me doing this by hand, I think it came out pretty professional. It looks pretty clean, like it was done by a machine. The 85 on the off-white Jordans. How can I remove the 85? You know what, Wade? I don't think you can remove that 85, bro. I think that 85 on the off-white Jordans, they do a very similar process to what we just showed you here, which is they heat press that 85 onto the inside wing panel, and I think that they press it in there. And the thing about that, Wade, is when they press it, dude, I don't need to tell you, I think it's a wrap once you have it in this kind of a suede, which is the same thing with that 85 panel, is that's the inside panel. It's suede, so I'm not sure how to take it off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm almost positive that that's pressed in, dude, because when they're making that panel, then the panel is already flat, and they have a machine that's probably just in there stamping. They don't have somebody airbrushing 85 logos in there. It would just cause too much of a mess to make that 85 logo clean every time. And for Nike, they're trying to get these things banged in and out, So I wish I had a good answer for you on that, Wade, but it's more than likely impossible to take that 85 off. If anything, you might try to cover it, like paint it, but you'll still see the shadow of the 85 for sure, quotation marks and all. Anybody else have questions for me? So yeah, Patreon channel, if you guys haven't already signed up, it says they're ready to take your customizing to the next level. Join us at Patreon. If you guys have Amazon Prime and you guys would like to subscribe, you get a free subscription to the Twitch channels. So you can go on to Amazon and you can subscribe to us for free. Obviously, we love anybody who's subscribing. We love anyone who's donating. We love anybody who's commenting and just being involved in the custom community here at Feel Good Threads. So we appreciate that. My daughter's graduating from Syracuse, so I'm custom. Oh, nice, dude. An off-white Jordan 1 would be dope in Syracuse colorway as well. I'm thinking that's that blue and orange colorway, right? Crazy that you got kids graduating from college already, Wade. That shows that we're getting a little old. Doing some Swarovski crystal action too. Dang, dude. You're going all out. I mean, but she's graduating, so you got to do something nice for her, right? Sounds sick. I love for you to tag me on that, man. I want to see that end result. And by the way, if you guys haven't tagged me, man, at Feel Good Threads, you guys could see this up here. All of my social medias are all up there. YouTube, Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. What else we got? We got so many freaking things that are going on nowadays. I think I covered all of them. If I didn't, it's Feel Good Threads, so y'all know, All white, off-white one custom box as well. Jeez, man. Daughter's about to be lucky, man. I'm gonna make sure not to show my daughter those customs because I already know. Daddy, I want a pair too. And everybody wants a pair of shoes, right? Anybody else have any questions, y'all? It's 7:05 p.m. I'll give y'all another minute. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial today. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit a thumbs up for me. I appreciate y'all. Comment. Let me know if you guys had any questions on it. So you guys saw me mess up today twice and then recover once. So I guess at the end of the day, the finish is what counts, right? Oh, man. Got your 6, man. Thank you, man. I'm not trying to be an inspiration, man. I'm just trying to teach and, you know, just show the craft, bro. All right, y'all. I think that we're all set to go. Y'all saw the mess that happened today, the weeding. This is all the stuff I really try to avoid in the beginning and have it all ready for you guys, but we had to do it anyways. So I guess it's good. It's a learning experience. So you guys learned from the beginning. You know what I mean? So anytime, Wade. Anytime, brother. All right, y'all. So what's today? Today's Monday. Oh, we got a whole week, man. So I'll be back again this week, guys. Don't worry. Thinking maybe either Wednesday or Thursday is going to be our next time we'll be back on live. Fridays now I'm shooting with Alex. I do know that Alex is working on some new videos. One of them is a Flip My Kicks episode, which was an amazing episode in San Francisco. We just came back. So look out for that on YouTube, Patreon channel. If you guys are in the giveaway tier, you'll have exclusive early access to that as well. And like I said, next couple of things on Patreon, I'm going to teach you guys how to sew. All right, so if you're interested, patreon.com/feelgoodthreads. Please join us. We're at almost 50 followers, and when we're at 50 followers, we're going to do another giveaway. All you have to do is be in the giveaway tier. All right. With that said, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all for joining. Sorry that this didn't go as smoothly as it did, but we finished, and that's what counts. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.